Well, hello, my friends. It's Slow Flow Yoga. I'm Mike Rudd, and you are you. Whatever you're feeling, wherever you're being, no sweat right now. We got yoga for the next 55 minutes or so. For those of you who tune in every week, hello. Great to see you. Thank you for taking it. For the brand new ones, same thing, only welcome to Slow Flow Yoga. This class is a little bit of a mixture of asana yoga movement. We're going to move our bodies. We're also going to focus on the breath, and we're going to meditate. The idea behind what we do in this class is that you can then take it off of the yoga mat the other 23 days or 23 hours of your day and be able to use it in stressful, anxious-filled situations. So once again, a little shout out to Jess Grady, my bud at All Peoples, who uploads these videos that I do every week and gets them out to you in your email inbox so quickly. She schedules the things around my schedule for me, and truly appreciate her and everybody in the All Peoples community. Let's settle in class, comfortable seat. We're going to begin class with a sound bath and a meditation for you to just settle in whatever has happened before this class, whatever awaits you, it will all be there. Just giving yourself a little self-care and a little time to take this class. Settling into a comfortable cross-legged position or laying your back down on the mat. And we'll begin to work that Ujjayi breath into our practice. So Ujjayi is inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. It's like an ocean wave. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Let's take 3 more rounds of that breath together, and then I'll let you go on at your own pace. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. One more round here. Inhale through the nose, filling up like a balloon to the crown of the head. And exhale through the nose. Continuing this breath, your own pace, your own rhythm. So I read us Radiance Sutra number 80. That space is bad. This space is good. The ride is rough. Or the going is smooth. We are thrown into suffering. We are thrown into joy. Beloved soulmates, find the space in the center, the pulsing spaciousness encompassing all opposites. Here, the essences of creation are at play. Earth, water, fire, air, and space, and the senses that perceive them. The center is the dancing ground. Continuing with that Ujjayi breath here, just settling in, and we'll go through a little sound bath and then begin moving. Continuing with your inhales through the nose and your exhales through the nose. On that next exhale, letting the breath pour out of the mouth. And on the next inhale, arms sweep up. And on the exhale, left hand, right knee, twisting open to the right. 3 rounds of breath here. And on the next exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, right arm sweeps up. Exhale, right hand, left knee. 3 rounds of breath. On the next exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Side bend over to the right, creating length in that left side body here. Finding that center, finding that spaciousness, and maybe learning to dance in it. On the next exhale, coming back to center, left hand to the mat, right arm shoots up and over to the side, creating length in that right side body. Coming back to center, inhale, arms sweep up, exhale, folding forward, hands to the mat. Gaze can look out between the hands, creating some length in the back. And on the next exhale, walking the hands back in, rolling into a comfortable tabletop position. We're going to move through some cat-cows here. Finding our table, maybe slapping the tops of the feet on the mat a little bit here. And on the inhale, gaze looks forward, belly down for cow pose. Exhale, curling in the spine like a cat. Inhale, belly down, gaze lifts. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Taking a gaze out over the left shoulder. And on the next exhale, coming back to center, letting that Ujjayi breath lead you in and out of the poses. Inhale, gaze looks out over the right shoulder. Exhale, coming back to center. We're going to press the hips or press into the toes and lift up into our high plank, holding our high plank for 2 rounds of breath. And on the exhale, we're going to lower the knees, sink the hips back, Balasana, child's pose. On the next exhale, coming back up into our high plank. You could also modify this by lowering your knees to the mat, staying here. And on the exhale, sinking the hips back, child's pose. We'll do this one more round. On the next exhale, pressing up into our modified or plank pose. And on the exhale, lowering the knees down, sitting the hips back, Balasana, child's pose. 2 rounds of breath here. And on the next exhale, walking the hands over to the right, left palm on top of the right. Walking the hands over to the left, right palm on top of the left. And on the next exhale, coming back to center, lifting the hips up into our tabletop position. We're going to send the left leg long, and then we're going to bring it, squeeze it into the left elbow. Holding here and extending back out. Now we're on the inhale, we're going to squeeze it into the nose. And on the exhale, we're going to extend it out. One more round, this time to the right elbow. Inhale, squeezing into the right elbow. Exhale, extending out. Lowering the toes to the mat, moving back and forth here, giving that left calf muscle a little stretch. Buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenos noches, calf muscle. Yeah, feels good, right? Feels good to be alive. Coming back to center, let's take a round of cat-cow before we switch sides. Inhale, belly down, gaze lifts for cow. Exhale, curling in for cat. Right leg extends long, finding our space here, finding our spaciousness and learning to dance in it. Inhale, squeezing in right elbow. Exhale, extending out. Inhale, squeezing in, knee to nose. Exhale, extending out. And inhale, knee to left elbow. And exhale, extending out. Lowering those toes to the mat. Moving back and forth. Coming back to center, threading the needle now. Inhale, right arm sweeps up. Exhale, right shoulder to the mat. You could stay here. You could extend that left arm long, finding your space. One more round of breath here. And on the next exhale, sweeping that arm up to the sky. Switching sides. Inhale, left arm sweeps up. Exhale, threading the needle, left shoulder to the mat. Extending that right arm long. Locking that right hand in. Left arm sweeps up. And makes her way back to the mat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, pressing into the hips, lifting up, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking the dog for a walk if that feels good. And on the next exhale, gaze looks between the hands, walking, stepping, hopping, floating, or flying, top of the mat. Inhale, we place our hands on our shins. Gaze looks out towards the top of the mat. And on the exhale, we'll fold in. Inhale, arms sweep up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms sweeping up. Clasping right hand around left wrist, and on the exhale, side bend over to the right. Letting that Ujjayi breath guide you in and out of the poses. On the next exhale, coming up to center, left hand, right wrist, side bend over to the left. Coming back to center, letting it go. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding forward. Hands clasp opposite elbows, and let's sway back and forth, side to side. Shaking our head, yes. Shaking our head, no. And on the next exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, arms sweeping up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Letting our hands fall down to mountain pose. Moving through some balance poses now. We're going to press weight into the left foot. Lift right heel off the mat. We're going to move into tree pose. So right foot could stay right here. You can move it onto the ankle, the shin, or above the left knee. Let's take 5 rounds of breath. Hands, heart center, hips, growing some tree branches. Finding our yoga mudra. And on the next exhale, letting it go. Bringing that right knee into the chest. Holding out here. Left hand on the next exhale to right knee. And twisting open for a little balance twist. Using the wall or a chair for support is always a great place if that's what your body needs. And the next exhale, come back to center, letting it go. Hands to heart center, and we'll pretend like we're sitting down in a chair, only we're moving into Utkatasana, chair pose. Finding our breath here. And on the next exhale, we'll sweep those arms up and high, bringing them through heart center. Switching sides. Weight into the right foot, pressing up the heel up off the left, and we could stay right here for our tree pose, or you could bring your left sole of your foot to the right ankle, the right shin, or above that right knee. Breathing here. One more round of breath. Inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, letting it go. Bringing that left knee into the chest. And on the next exhale, taking that right hand on the left knee and twisting open to the left. Standing, balanced, twist, all sorts of stuff going on here. If you fall out, heck, whatever. That's part of life. Jumping back in. And on the next exhale, come back to center, letting it go. Hands to heart center, and we'll sink back into our chair pose one more time. One more round of breath here. Inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, letting it go, sweeping the arms up. And folding in, Uttanasana, forward fold. Hands to the mat. We're going to step our right foot back, bringing right knee to the mat. And on the exhale, hands to the top of that left thigh. One more round of breath here. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, right elbow, left knee. If you'd like to lift up off that right knee for a little bit more balance, feeling free to do so. This is your practice. I'm only a guide and hanging out doing it with you. Coming back to center. Inhale, right hand to the mat. Exhale, left arm sweeps up. Left hand to the mat on the next exhale. Inhale, lifting the hips back. Toes, left toes to the air as we find our low runner's lunge. Leaning in on that heel. Breathing here. Inhale through the nose. And on the next exhale, lifting back in. We're going to step that left foot back. Inhale for cow. Exhale, curling in for cat. Lifting the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. On the next inhale, right foot steps forward, left knee to the mat, switching sides. Exhale, hands to the top of the thigh. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. And on the next exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Inhale, twisting, open to the right. Exhale, left elbow, right knee. And on the next exhale, hands to the mat. Left hand on the mat on the inhale. And on the exhale, right arm sweeps up to the ceiling for a revolved, twisted lunge. And on the next exhale, right hand to the mat, lifting up onto that right heel for our low runner's lunge. 3 rounds of breath here. And on the next exhale, moving the hands forward, stepping the foot back to our tabletop position. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And as we curl in, pressing into the toes, lifting up and back, downward facing dog. We'll take 3 rounds of breath here in our down dog. And on the next exhale, however you want to get there, we'll meet top of the mat, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in, hands to mat. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms sweeping up to the ceiling. Exhale, mountain pose. Stepping the left foot back. Left foot is at a 45-degree angle. Right knee is above the right ankle. And on the exhale, we'll sweep both arms up. Warrior 1. And on that next exhale, opening the hips or arms open, Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, right palm to the sky. Exhale, reversing our warrior. Gaze looks up at the right hand. On the next inhale, bringing our right forearm to our right thigh. And on the exhale, arm swings across the side body for Utthita Parsva Konasana, extended side angle pose. And on the next exhale, reversing our warrior, bringing that right foot along the long edge of our mats to be parallel with the left foot. We're headed for a wide-legged forward fold, hands to hips. On the inhales, we gaze up to the ceiling for a tiny back bend. And exhale, folding in Prasarita, hands to the mat. They could also stay on your hips. They could also wrap peace fingers around big toes. They could also be on blocks. I think you're catching my drift. It's your practice. If it feels good in your body, go ahead and do it. On the next inhale, gaze looks forward, hands to hips. Exhale, sweeping on up. Swishing sides towards the back of the mat. Left foot faces the back. Right foot at a 45-degree angle. Sweeping those arms up for Warrior 1. On the next exhale, opening the arms up. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, left arm forward, right arm back. Gaze looks out over the left fingertips, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Sorry about that. Somebody called me on the phone, and I guess that kind of puts Zoom on pause. What is this world coming to? The phone actually putting the phone call as the number one priority. Anyways, where were we? Inhale, left palm up. Exhale, reversing that warrior. Inhale, left forearm, left thigh. Exhale, right arm sweeps across the side body, extended side angle. On the next exhale, we'll reverse that warrior. Left foot comes along the edge of the mat, long edge of the mat again. We're going to move into our goddess pose. So we're just going to sink in. We're going to bring our hands up, maybe make a peace sign, maybe a little mudra, maybe lifting up off the heels, maybe moving back and forth, lifting off the feet and the heels. This is our goddess pose, the pose of strength. One more round here. And the next exhale, we'll bring our hands to heart center. We're just going to simply step up to the top of our mat. Inhale, we'll sweep those arms up. And exhale, we'll fold in Uttanasana. Stepping back to plank, holding our plank or lowering to a modified plank here. And on the next exhale, we'll lift our hips up and back, downward facing dog. The downward dog. The most popular dog of them all in yoga. And on the next exhale, we are going to lower the knees, sweep the legs long around the body, or just hop through. Bringing the soles of the feet together. We could be in butterfly shape or diamond. I'm going to cue from diamond today. What we're going to do on the inhale, sweep the arms up. And the exhale, we're going to place our hands underneath our ankles. That is one option. Or you can open the soles of the feet like a book if you'd like to bring your feet in closer together. I'm going to cue in though from the diamond, putting our hands, wrapping them around our ankles, and just sinking in here. And on the next exhale, walking in, legs extend long. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding over our legs. Hands could be on our knees, underneath our calves, on our shins, wrapping around our ankles. Paschimottanasana. And on the next exhale, walking the hands back out. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding over. However you'd like your second round of Paschimottanasana to look. It does not have to look like the first. However, if you want it to, it can. This is your class. Walking the hands back in. Inhale, left knee into the chest. Exhale, left knee falls out to the side. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding over that right leg for Janu Shashasana A. Hands do not have to touch the toes. I'm resting mine on either side of my leg, probably around my mid shin. On the next exhale, walking it in. Left sole of the foot to the mat, left knee into chest. Inhale, right arm sweeps up. Exhale, wrapping that right hand around the left knee. Coming back to center, letting that left leg extend long, switching sides, right knee into the chest, right knee to the mat on the exhale. Inhale, those arms sweeping up, and on the exhale, folding over that left leg, Janu Shashasana A. Breathing in through the nose. And exhaling through the nose. Walking the hands back in. Right sole of the foot to the mat. Inhale, left arm sweeps up. Exhale, left hand wraps around right knee. And on the next exhale, coming back to center. Right leg extends long. We're going to make our way to our backs. If you'd like to move with me through Navasana, boat pose, bringing the legs in the air, arms out long, squeezing that core. Rowing the boat if you want to have some fun. It is yoga. We're allowed to smile. We're allowed to laugh. Snapping your fingers as you row your boat and lowering slowly one vertebrae at a time to low boat. Heels and shoulders so off the mat. One more round of breath. And exhale. Woo! Letting it all go. Bringing right knee into right shoulder. Making some ankle circles if that feels good. And on the exhale, right sole of the foot to the ceiling, hands threading behind that right leg. And in the next exhale, right ankle, left knee, threading the needle here for our number 4 hip opener. Maybe rolling side to side, massaging that low back if that feels good. Hands are behind or between the left leg on the back of the hamstring here. Feeling it in that right outer hip. One more round of breath and the exhale, letting it go. Windshield wiper in the legs, dropping the right knee or the knees to the right and then coming back up to the left. Rotating one more time on either side. Left knee into the chest towards that left shoulder. And bringing that left sole of the foot to the ceiling. One more round of breath here. And on that next exhale, bringing that left ankle over right knee, threading the needle. And the next exhale, letting it go. Happy baby. Hands around the outer edges of both feet, rolling side to side if that feels good in the low back. It doesn't mind, so I am going to do it. You got to do you, though. And on the next exhale, soles of the feet to the mat. Cueing into bridge. If you would like modified bridge and you have a pillow or a couch cushion or a yoga block, placing it now underneath the low back on the sacrum and hanging out there while I cue bridge 2 different times. For those of you wanting to join me in bridge, bring the arms along the side body, and on the exhale, we'll lift the hips up and back, bringing the arms underneath the shoulders if that's possible and or comfortable for you. And on the next exhale, we will lower 1 vertebrae at a time, bringing knees into chest, giving yourself a hug, and bringing the legs back out. Round 2 of bridge, or if you'd like to do a supported bridge on this round, I think you catch my theme, do your thing. Arms along the side body on the inhale, exhale, lifting up. If in bridge or if in wheel, making sure that your knees aren't falling out to the side when you're in this pose. And on the next exhale, 1 vertebrae at a time, we will lower down to the mat. Knees into chest and extending the soles of the feet to the ceiling. Once again, if you have that block here, this could be a modified shoulder stand. Getting our inversion right now. If shoulder stand and or headstand or handstand are in your practice and you can safely do those at home, you can go ahead. I don't recommend doing them at home without a teacher in person guiding me through those poses. I think you'd have to be a very, very seasoned practitioner. But just knowing we want to get the benefits of an inversion right now. So to me, modified shoulder stand is a great place to be. Soles of the feet to the ceiling. What we're doing in this pose is letting the lactic acid that builds up in our legs, especially our ankles, from sitting and or standing all day, and letting it just flow away. That's what happens when we bring our legs, our lower body above our heart. This would be a great thing to do right in the morning when waking up or before you go to bed. You just have 5 minutes during the day. It's just a beneficial practice. You can put your legs against the wall as well for this. 3 more rounds of breath here. And on the next exhale, bringing the knees into the chest, we're going to roll back and forth. if you want to take one more vinyasa to ease yourself into Shavasana, you could roll up and over your knees, stepping back to your plank pose, and either holding plank, moving through your variation of vinyasa into downward facing dog, and then hopping or stepping through to a comfortable seat. You could put your legs against the wall here for Shavasana, or you could find a comfortable seat or lay down. Reading this Radiant Sutra, number 80 to you one more time as we sink into Shavasana. That space is bad, this space is good. The ride is rough, or the going is smooth. We are thrown into suffering. We are thrown into joy. Beloved soulmate, find the space in the center, the pulsing spaciousness, encompassing all opposites. Here, the essence of creation are at play. Earth, water, fire, air, and space, and the senses that perceive them. The center is the dancing ground. Taking a few minutes here for rest. If you prefer to have an extended Shavasana, simply putting me on mute or leaving Zoom and coming out of Shavasana when it's comfortable for you. If not, for everyone else, closing the eyes, lowering the gaze, and just taking a few minutes here to rest. At first, doing nothing, but acknowledging your body. How do you feel since you began class? Noticing how you felt when you entered and noticing how you feel now. No judgment, simply observing. As is comfortable for you, taking some small movements that will turn into bigger movements. Circling the ankles and the wrists, bringing the knees into the chest. Or maybe giving yourself a big morning stretch like it's your first one of the day. Maybe it is. Maybe it's your last one of the day. And however you would like to get there, taking your time, meeting me in a comfortable seat, bringing our hands to heart center, sealing class with the sound of Om, bringing in that earth, that fire, that air, that water, and that space for all of us and all beings on this planet. Inhale through the nose. Exhale for Om. Om. Bringing our hands over our heart. Just taking a round of breath, seeing how you feel. Take all the goodies that we scooped up and created together in this class and go out and be the amazing human that you are. I bow into you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Thank you, my friends. Thank you for being here. I love teaching and guiding and flowing and breathing with you. I'll be back next Tuesday. In the meantime, I have tons of other classes archived on the Heal for All People website. I have meditations. I have power flows for the advanced practitioners of yoga. And we have a lot of slow flow yoga classes. Or you could just take this class again and again and again. I'll see you next Tuesday. Until then, be well. Thanks for everything. Namaste, friends.